And this is what your purse should look like. Here's the other side, and you can see the snap, and you open the snap, and then on the inside you can see what it looks like on the inside. For this project, you're going to need your J or 6mm crochet hook along with your scissors and your tapestry needle. For the coin purse, I'm using Everything Mary, the large silver purse frame, and this is what it looks like in the package. I chose to use craft pearls for my project, and just make sure that whatever beads you're using fit onto the tapestry needle and onto the yarn easily. I'm using this lavender color, and it's just a soft, baby soft quality yarn like Bernat. And I'm using my yarn threader and my very small skinny tapestry needle with a large eye. Make sure that before you begin, your tapestry needle will fit through the eyes of the purse frame, and you can see how the eyes line all along the purse frame. The first thing we're going to do is put the beads onto the yarn. So I'm taking my yarn threader and I'm putting it right through the eye of the tapestry needle, and then I'm going to take my yarn, hook it, and then just bring it back through the eye of the tapestry needle. And the easy way to do this is to jiggle the yarn threader up and down, and then it comes through nicely. Now you're just going to take your pearls and just put them onto your yarn. You can see how easily they go right onto the yarn. My yarn has 54 beads loaded on it. Now go ahead and push your beads up further away from you, because we're going to work on the purse without the beads initially. So we'll put those further down until we need them. So to start, we're going to do a slip knot. So you just take your yarn and just fold it over on itself to form a loop, and then take your crochet hook and put it right through the loop, and then hold the base with your middle finger and thumb, and then you're going to make a chain, a slip knot. So just yarn over and go through that loop to form your slip knot, and now you're going to do a chain. So you're going to make your chain by yarning over and going through the loop, and you're just going to keep doing that until you have the length that you need for your purse. And so I'm making mine the same length as my purse frame. So I'm going to make it as long as my purse frame. So when you come back, I'll show you how long my chain is. So I did a chain of 20, which is just slightly smaller than the purse frame, only because we're going to be doing a couple rounds, and then that will make it the size of the purse frame. Now, after your chain of 20, you're going to chain 1, and then you're going to go into the second chain from the hook. So go into the second chain from the hook, bring up a loop. You have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over and go through both for a single crochet. And then you're going to do a single crochet into every stitch back across. So I'll do one more with you. Go into the next stitch, bring up a loop, 2 loops on the hook, yarn over and go through both for a single crochet. So go ahead and do a single crochet all the way back to the beginning. Now, this is how my work looks, and I have 1 stitch left, and in that last stitch I'm going to put 3 single crochet. So you're going to go into the last stitch, and I'm going to go behind my loose yarn end, bring up a loop, 2 loops on the hook, yarn over and go through both for a single crochet, and you're going to do 3 single crochet into that last stitch, and I'm going behind my loose yarn end to bury it. And then you're going to start working on the opposite side. So here we did single crochets all the way down, And then we did 3 single crochet in that last stitch, and now we're going to do single crochets back across the other side. So you go into the next stitch behind the loose yarn end, bring up a loop, 2 loops on the hook, yarn over and go through both for a single crochet. And then you're going to do a single crochet all the way back across, and then come back. Now I've reached the other side. I have 1 stitch left. I'm going to do 3 single crochet into that last stitch. Let me make sure I grab both loops of the last stitch. And now you're going to need a yarn marker. And I'm just going to use one of my scraps of yarn and just place it. It just helps you to keep track of what round you're on. And now you're going to do 1 single crochet into the next stitch, which will start your next round. And I just wanted to show you how now you can see after doing that round that you're exactly lined up for the size of your purse frame if you're using the same size that I am. Now you're going to do 1 single crochet into the next 10 stitches. So this is my second crochet, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So every 10th stitch, you're going to take your purl and move it up. And then you're going to go into the next stitch and do a single crochet. And then your purl should be facing out, and that's going to be the outside of your purse. So go ahead, and then every 10th stitch, you're going to place your purl, and you're just going to do 1 single crochet into every stitch, and just keep making your rounds, and every 10th stitch, place a purl. Now this is how your work should look. I've used all of my beads, and I completed, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 rounds. And now you're just going to take your yarn marker and put it right where you left off. And you're going to do 3 rounds of just 1 single crochet into every stitch. So go ahead and do 1 single crochet into every stitch for 3 rounds, and then come back. After you finished 3 rows of 1 single crochet into every stitch, you're going to take your crochet hook and just go into the next stitch over, yarn over, and bring the yarn through both loops on your hook for a slip stitch. And then you're going to finish off. You're going to yarn over and then just pull enough yarn to bury into your work. And then you have the outer part of the coin purse, and you can see what it looks like on the inside. Now you're going to use your skinny tapestry needle again in order to hook your yarn and bring it through the eye of the tapestry needle. And then just get a long piece of yarn to sew your purse handle on. Now you're going to want to open up your purse snap, and then you're going to want to line up the front of the purse with the top of the purse snap. And you want to make sure that you have the side of the purse snap on both sides. And then you're going to start in the center of the purse snap with your tapestry needle. You're just going to go right down the center, go inside the purse snap with your tapestry needle, and then you're going to hook the top part of the crocheted purse. And go ahead and pull through. Make sure you leave enough yarn to bury into your work. And another way you can do it, which is the way I'm going to do it, is you can come through from the inside. I'm just grabbing the top part of the crocheted portion of the purse with my tapestry needle. And then you're going to come through the center of the purse snap with your tapestry needle. That way your knot will be on the inside, and then you can bury it on the inside. So I'm leaving a long end on the inside to bury, and then I'm going to go through the next hole on the purse snap, and then just make sure I grab the top portion of the crocheted purse, and then you're going to want to tie a knot. Make sure your knot's nice and snug. And then you're just going to take and sew, going in and out of the purse holes. And then you're going to want to make sure that you cover the openings. You don't want a gap. And I'll show you what I mean. So here you can see how I covered both. So you don't have a gap in between. And then you're just going to keep sewing all the way across to the corner and then come back. Now you can see how I have my stitches nice and neat across, and when you get to the curve, you're going to want to work along the curve, meaning that make sure that your purse is lined up so that you're able to sew the other side of the snap. So you want to make sure that the snap will fit as you sew for the other side. That means that you're going to have about an inch up on the sides. So you're going to sew along the side, allowing for that inch, because you don't want it to fall down as you're sewing, because then you're not going to be able to sew the other side. Now you can see how I did my stitches so far, and I remember I started here and then I worked all the way down, filling each of the holes, and now I'm to the center, larger hole. And so from the inside, I'm going to take and come through that larger hole. And then I'm just going to go right above the larger hole with my tapestry needle. And then I'm going to come right below it. And then I'm going to go right back through the center. I'm just holding this side down with my yarn. So I'm going to do that a couple of times. I'm just going to come through the center. With my tapestry needle. I'm going to go through the top, right at the top of the hole with my tapestry needle. And then I'm going to come again through the bottom. So I'm right below the hole, the metal snap, and then I'm going to go right down the center of the metal snap. Actually, I need to make sure that I don't get hooked. And then this will be my last pass through, just because it's getting a little bit snug with all the yarn. But you can see how I sewed it in place well. And then you're just going to sew the other side just like you did along the front, and then sew this side the same way that you did on this side, and then come back. Now you can see how mine looks, and I spaced my stitches across. And here's the other side. And here I had a little trouble. I had a defect on mine where the hole was a little smaller, but you can barely tell. I just kind of worked around it anyway. And on the corners, those are held in nicely. And now what we need to do is to bury the loose yarn ends. So you're just going to take your larger tapestry needle, or you can use your smaller one. It's just easier for me because I don't need to use my yarn threader. And you're just going to take, and on the inside of your purse, you're just going to go with your tapestry needle and weave it through the inside. And then take and cut your loose yarn end. So go ahead and bury all of your loose yarn ends, and then come back and we'll see your finished product. And this is what your purse should look like. Here's the other side, and you can see the snap, and you open the snap, and then on the inside you can see what it looks like on the inside.